Can you imagine it's been more than 10 years since the thrilling end of the 2012 F1 season in Brazil? Buckle up as we take a thrilling trip down memory lane to revisit one of the most unforgettable seasons in Formula One history. We're talking fierce competition, surprise first-time winners, fresh faces gracing the podium, a nail-biting title battle that came down to the wire in Brazil, and a legendary driver clinching his third title. Fasten your seatbelts for a journey packed with excitement and unforgettable moments. 2012 was like a roller coaster ride, with 7 winners in the first 7 races. Imagine that. New faces like Sergio Perez, Nico Rosberg, Romain Grosjean, Pastor Maldonado, and Kamui Kobayashi all made it to the podium for the first time. Rosberg and Maldonado even scored their first ever Formula One wins in China and Spain. And guess what? The legendary Michael Schumacher showed us he still had some magic left in his final F1 season, pulling off a speedy move in Monaco. Meanwhile, Kimi Räikkönen made a triumphant return to victory in Abu Dhabi. The excitement didn't stop there. The USA made a comeback on the F1 scene, hosting a race in Austin. As the season heated up, the title race was a nail-biter, with several drivers in the running. But when the dust settled in Brazil, it was Sebastian Vettel versus Fernando Alonso in a crazy battle, and Vettel emerged as the champ in one of F1's most thrilling finales ever. In 2012, there was a game-changing rule tweak in Formula One. They shook things up after some drama in 2011 when they banned off-throttle blown diffusers. To adapt, they made F1 cars have their exhaust exits higher and farther from the diffuser. This hit Red Bull pretty hard. They used to be the speed demons on 18 out of 20 tracks, but in 2012, they were the quickest on only 7. But that's not all that spiced up the season. Pirelli, the tire folks, added new tire types. The trick? The toughest compound was just 31% tougher than the softest one, unlike the 70% gap in the previous season. This change made the tires wear out faster, forcing teams to dive into the pits more often during races. 7-time champ Michael Schumacher even compared it to driving on raw eggs. Talk about an interesting twist in the Formula One story. Let's dive into the 2012 Spanish Grand Prix, the 5th race of that year's Formula One season. The race happened at the Circuit de Catalunya near Barcelona on May 13, 2012. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Lewis Hamilton was set to start in the front, but oops! He got disqualified because his car didn't have enough fuel. So, surprise! Pastor Maldonado got his chance to start from pole for the first time. Fernando Alonso lined up second, and Romain Grosjean took 3rd place on the grid. Alonso snagged the lead at the first corner when the race kicked off. He held onto it for a while, but Maldonado made a bold move during a pit stop and took the lead. Even though Alonso tried to catch up, Maldonado held his ground. After some pit stops, Kimi Räikkönen briefly led the race, but got passed by Maldonado and Alonso. Despite Alonso's efforts, Maldonado held on, winning his first race, with Alonso in 2nd and Räikkönen in 3rd. And get this, it was Williams' first win since the 2004 Brazilian Grand Prix. Exciting stuff, right? Let's jump ahead to the 2012 Malaysian Grand Prix, the season's 2nd race that happened at the Sepang International Circuit in Malaysia on March 25, 2012. Here's the twist. Ferrari's Fernando Alonso pulled off a surprise win. People didn't expect it because the Ferrari F2012 wasn't seen as a great car. Alonso and the Ferrari worked together like a dream in the rainy weather. And here's another unexpected twist. Sergio Perez from Sauber grabbed 2nd place and gave Alonso a challenge in the race. No matter where Fernando Alonso started on the race grid, he always kept other championship contenders on their toes. He built a massive lead before the summer break with his awesome racing skills. But then came the Belgian Grand Prix, and things took a wild turn. As the season entered its later stages, Alonso led the championship, staying ahead of the Red Bull drivers and Lewis Hamilton. Everyone was eyeing a comeback from Hamilton. Before the race, Alonso positioned himself in 6th, ahead of his rivals, ready to widen the gap at the top. It looked like another good race for him, but hold on, because something was about to shake up the title race. Get ready for a twist! The championship leader faced a disastrous start at the first corner, crashing out of the race and recording a DNF. Meanwhile, Romain Grosjean's risky move on Lewis Hamilton triggered a chaotic multi-car crash at turn 1. Alonso's Ferrari got caught in the mayhem, significantly reducing his championship lead to just 24 points. While Alonso's title aspirations took a hit, the incident devastated Lewis Hamilton's chances of securing a second title with McLaren. Post-race, Hamilton stunned the Formula One world with a major announcement. The renowned racing driver has parted ways with McLaren, opting to join their rivals, Mercedes. This unexpected move by Hamilton marked the end of his tenure with McLaren, signaling a new chapter in his racing career. Meanwhile, John Rosberg secured a victory at the Chinese Grand Prix, defying expectations, especially considering McLaren had emerged as the favorites to clinch the title since the opening race in Australia. The unexpected twist in driver choices and the unpredictability of race outcomes added excitement to the unfolding Formula One season. In China, Mercedes faced controversy with their rear wing design, but the FIA rejected a protest by Lotus. Nico Rosberg clinched his and Mercedes' first pole position since 2010. Lewis Hamilton's gearbox penalty bumped Michael Schumacher to second on the grid, but he retired early due to a wheel issue. Rosberg led the race, and a pit stop blunder by Jenson Button gave him a solid lead over Kimi Räikkönen. Raikkonen's tire strategy faltered, allowing Button to pass Sebastian Vettel for second. Rosberg secured Mercedes' first constructor win since 1955. Button took second, and Hamilton's third-place finish gave him a 2-point lead over Button in the championship. Former leader Fernando Alonso finished 9th, while Romain Grosjean scored his first F1 points, securing 6th place after 2 initial retirements. Exciting twists and turns on the track. In 2012 F1, tensions between Lewis Hamilton and McLaren escalated as the team's performance declined throughout the season. Hamilton's frustrations became evident due to team mistakes, leading to public disagreements on social media. Seeking a fresh start, Hamilton made a surprising move to Mercedes, filling the seat vacated by 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher, who retired for the second time after a 3-year stint with Mercedes. Schumacher's farewell season was marked by inconsistent yet brilliant performances, including a podium in Valencia and a shock pole position at his final Monaco Grand Prix. However, despite Schumacher's noteworthy achievements, the spotlight shifted to another German driver, Sebastian Vettel. Entering the latter part of the 2012 season, Vettel's unprecedented 4 consecutive wins in Asian races catapulted him from 39 points behind Fernando Alonso to a 13-point lead, showcasing an extraordinary comeback. This surge was aided by Alonso's crucial did not finish at the Japanese Grand Prix. The championship showdown intensified at the Brazilian Grand Prix, with Alonso needing a podium finish to contend for the title and Vettel requiring a 4th-place finish or better to secure the championship. Expectations were high, but drama unfolded on the first lap as Vettel's title hopes took a hit when Bruno Senna took him out. Alonso capitalized on the chaos, executing a double overtake to secure 3rd place. With Vettel at the back and Alonso on the podium, the championship tilt in Alonso's favor. However, despite a damaged car, Vettel demonstrated resilience, setting the fastest lap and refusing to concede defeat. Complicating matters, Vettel faced challenges with tire choices and a broken radio, forcing him into 2 unscheduled pit stops. Vettel had to make up 31 places in a remarkable comeback to finish 6th. The race concluded under the safety car after a crash by Paul di Resta, crowning Vettel as the 3-time Formula One world champion. The 2012 Formula One season was a real nail-biter. The teams were super close in skill, the tires were softer, new rules about diffusers were in play, and reliability needed to be rock solid. This combo, plus drivers having the speed to win, made for some seriously thrilling races. Believe it or not, the winner was less than 5 seconds ahead in 12 out of the 20 races that season. And the big showdown for the title between Vettel and Alonso was crazy close, with Vettel winning by just 3 points. What makes 2012 even cooler is that there were 7 winners in the first 7 races. Fast forward to 2022, we only had 7 drivers on the podium. It shows how the 2012 season was a roller coaster of unpredictability and closeness. In the 2012 season, reliability played a big role in shaping the outcomes. McLaren had the speediest car on the track, but here's the twist. Their engines from Mercedes were a bit shaky. McLaren faced 4 race-ending issues, while Mercedes, especially poor Schumacher, had 5. Red Bull also had a tough time, with 3 races ending in disappointment. One of the heartbreakers was Vettel's retirement, while leading in Valencia and later at Monza. Now let's talk about the surprise heroes in reliability. Even though they had the 4th fastest car, Ferrari faced no mechanical failures. Impressive, right? With the 3rd quickest car, Lotus had fantastic reliability too, except for one retirement by Grosjean at Valencia. Unfortunately, despite being reliable, neither Lotus driver could fight for the championship due to Grosjean having too many crashes or the team needing more overall speed. But in the end, despite Alonso's heroic efforts throughout the season, Vettel emerged victorious, becoming the 3rd driver to win 3 consecutive world championships. The 2012 Formula One season delivered unparalleled racing action and culminated in Vettel and Red Bull being crowned champions in one of the most dramatic seasons in F1 history. If you enjoy this video and want to stay in the loop for more exciting videos, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button to show some love. And, of course, if you haven't already,